Y'all might hear some rain in the background. It is what it is. Hey, this is Washington State, so you know it rains here a lot. I ain't complaining. I love the rain and the overcast. Had my nice pistachio latte, and I am enjoying life right now, just relaxing. Because the coming week, it's going to be very, very, very stressful. Anyway, this topic, acting hard, has been touching on my strings for a while. Because our people seem to have a thing about pretending to be for them streets when we was raised in the suburbs or raised rich. So why do middle class and upper class black people feel the need to show their blackness through stereotypes rather than show it through activism? See, this has bothered me for a long time. Because years ago when I was in Fallon, Nevada, there was a nice looking black kid, and you could tell he was raised in the suburbs by mostly white people. The way he talked and his mannerisms. And he would just throw around things just to impress me, but it's like, dude. And I tried to explain to him, and he was one of those few that just didn't get it. I'm like, you didn't grow up in the ghetto, and that's okay. Why are you sitting up here trying to act hard with me? And one time, after just being weird, I was walking somewhere, and I guess he found me attractive, and he went, "Whoa, sister, whoa." Like he had a valley. He's one of the few black guys I've ever met that had a valley accent. And I'm like, I just can't do this. Because you're trying to perpetuate the very type of negative stereotypes that me coming from North Alabama, I wanted to escape. When I was having to duck and dodge bullets, that wasn't okay, and I was a kid and I knew that. When I had to starve and didn't know where my next meal was coming from, that wasn't okay. Very rarely have I done that in my adulthood because I'd much rather pay my bills and eat than go shopping, but that's just me. Going to school and knowing that the teachers think that I was a failure because one thought I was going to fail Alabama's exit exam, and it was a non-black teacher, won't say the race. But the black guy who was my teacher went and threw it in her face. I didn't know because that person smiled at me the entire time and thought I was a failure and was shocked that I was going to graduate high school. Okay, that's a little off the keister. Let's get back on the topic. I, as a little girl, looked at our circumstances and saw the few black people that had money. And I understood fully why some of those black families, because I've had it happen to me, wanted nothing to do with little ghetto me because they had it in their head that I was going to corrupt their kid and take them right back to the circumstances that they either got out of or never themselves grew up in and didn't want their children to be a part of. So here's my thing, right? I was out here in Bremerton years ago, and I had these neighbors who had dogs and were mistreating them. They were from the north. And the smell of dog poop would come in through my vent from their place. I'm not going to say where we lived. Well, those people who were military came back, who were there, not came back so much, but had made friends with people who were here. You got this real hard looking black guy. But when he opened his mouth, he could conjugate sentences better than I can. So he was dressing like the culture. He was perpetuating the culture. But he probably didn't have the criminal record. It goes back to that movie 8 Mile. Remember the end when 50 Cent looked at that black guy, I forgot who played that character, and say, his name is Clarence, and Clarence grew up with 2 parents, and how that guy was embarrassed that he grew up in a clean household with 2 parents. When did it become an embarrassment in our community for you to have a mother and a father in your home? And you see this too with Lauren London in the film ATL, though the mama was white and the daddy was black. She's sneaking around with T.I.'s character, Tip Harris's character, trying to pretend to be hard and pretend she's something she not. And she's going back to, what is it, Buckhead? To a very nice, clean mansion. The hard work of two parents. Because it's too difficult to just see the privilege that was put before you. Because to a degree, it's a privilege. Now they bust their butt to give her that life. And you're saying, well, though you're probably listening to me like, Tara, those are fictional characters. What does that have to do with anything? I've encountered it in real life. People would rather run these streets pretending to be hard than to accept that they got a little bit more of an edge. I would have given to have that edge as a kid. Because I was dirt down, run down, poor, and didn't have anything. And I have no regrets. I think that was God's will for me. Now, let me state something. I also get annoyed with people who had those privileged upbringings, who are black, that then think that they can be the talking point for the black community. Y'all need to do this, this, and this. You can talk that crap because you did not walk the struggle. That doesn't make you less black, though. That doesn't mean you don't have any discrimination. Oh, you're pretty for a black girl. You're intelligent for a black man. You are a credit to your race. People say stupid stuff like that to people who've come up. I get it. And if you're saying that to black people, I know you don't mean anything by it, but quit telling black people they're a credit to their race. We don't like that. Okay, I've had it said to me once, and at the time in my late 20s, early 30s, I took it as a compliment because at the time what was going on, I could understand why the person said it. But please stop saying that. It's cringy. Okay, back to my rant, because this is just a rant. Quit pretending to be for the streets when you know you got a clean home to go to. Quit pretending to be for the streets to please certain black people that if they could in the New York minute, they'd throw your butt under the bus. Quit pretending to be for the streets and kill your potential to be the next generation to help your family create a legacy. Because it ain't cute. All right, I'm going to leave y'all with some music. Have a good one.